Hey guys, wobble wobble wobble, this is Downtown Adrian J with the kicking his hands in London town. Welcome back to Adrian J Online, and I've got a fix for you for these smart Samsung smart TVs, which are causing problems to a lot of people. So don't go away, come back in a sec. Okay guys, so I have a Samsung Smart TV. It doesn't really matter what Samsung TV you have. Apparently it's doing this for all of them. Maybe doing it for other makes of TVs, I don't know, but it's definitely doing this with the Samsung. So it's really irrelevant on telling you the serial number, the part number, model number. But it's a 55-inch plasma, and to be honest, it's okay. I haven't had any issues with it. I have had a couple of issues. One of the speakers is a bit vibrating, but I kind of tweaked that. Issue with the Smart Hub, specifically the Netflix application, where the application is crap, it's garbage. So I've actually put Netflix through a laptop through it. So I'm not really using the Smart Hub part of it. When I first had this is about 7-8 years old. When I first had it, it was fine. Things have moved on, and it isn't. So this is a fix for that, and it's also a fix for another. I'm going to give you a bonus fix, so stay along to the end for another bonus fix for routers as well. Same fix. So I had a problem. I'll tell you what the problem was. So the problem I have is it was switching off and on and off, rotating. Like, you know, you have the power button on, off, on, off, on, off. It's going round and round and round and round. So I've had this before, and it was the power button was stuck on my remote. It wasn't this time. So what I did was one by one. So what I did was shut the power off to it for 30 seconds. Start it back up again. Same thing would happen. Didn't matter what I pressed on the buttons. It would go round and round and round. Really within 10 or 20 seconds. I couldn't do any reset on it because it was just going round and round and round. So I thought, let's take everything off, because I've got a few things connected to it, the wireless, the USBs, all that kind of stuff. So one at a time, I took it off, powered it down, and nothing seemed to stop it, except for the HDMI. Now, the TV is connected to my system by HDMI. Now, when I pulled that off, bingo bango, it stopped resetting. Now, I looked also online, and there is an issue, a common issue with Samsung TVs with the power supplies. And the fix is basically take the machine apart, you get the power supply board, or if you can see that the capacitor is blown, replace the capacitor. And I'll show you in a second. This is mounted up on the wall, and it's not easy for one person to take this off, and I didn't really want to do that. So I came and I thought, somewhere also online it said that the problem is for the capacitors and the power boards to go is because they overheat. Usually on a lot of electronics you usually have a power supply with this power sink, just to kind of get rid of the heat. And apparently these are pretty bad. Also, they're apparently not using the right type of capacitors, so that's why they're blowing. So I thought, why don't I get some cooling on it? And I'll come back to you in a second. So I thought maybe let's cool it. So I connected everything up, and it was fine. Left it off for 20 minutes, half an hour, connected everything fine. But then I switched it off and I came back to it, and I noticed that when I was running through the HDMI, the screen had all kind of, not garbled, kind of went to a different color. It was working by a different color. So that means to me the HDMI port is bad. So on this TV there's 4 HDMI ports, so I switched it to HDMI 2, and so far so good, everything's working. HDMI uses power, and I've got a few things connected up to it, so it's all using power, so it's drawing power, so hence why issue with the power supply board. It shouldn't have a problem, but it is. So that basically is the fix. Pull everything off, and use different HDMI port, if that is what it is. But the core of it is that the TV is overheating, the TV is overheating in use, and there's not enough cooling to get rid of the excess heat, so it's damaging components. So a TV, as you know, is you usually leave the TV on, right? 12, get up in the morning, it's on all day, all night, and then that's why it's overheating. If it's on the wall, there's very little space at the back for proper airflow. There is for some, but not for a whole lot of others. So I thought of a way to kind of alleviate it. I thought, well, maybe let's get some airflow going around through the back, and I'm going to show you what I did. Here is the TV. It's 55 inch, and as you can see, there's not a lot of space behind here. I can't pull it forward because I got a different type of mount, so there's not a lot of space. So what I decided to do was I got a small computer fan, these small USB fans. I got this one for about $5 from Canadian Computers. And what I've done is basically I've put a little, can you see, like a little tie strap, stuck it to the wall, and then I've got this on, and if you can see here, so what it's doing, it's directing air behind here. Now you can't see, but on this side here are the connections, and along here there's a connection. So there's a power board around about there. I think, I'm assuming. Well, there's certainly a board there. So what I've done was, I don't know if I can show you, or maybe you can here. So this is where the connectors are, and basically all that stuff back there. So all I've done is I've directed air to come up back through here. Now so far so good. So if you had a proper TV with good quality components, it shouldn't make a difference. But this TV is like running about 8, 9, 10 years, so it's had a good life, and it really hasn't done anything to it. This isn't an LED, this is plasma, so this actually gets quite warm. In fact, if you put your hand on it, it does feel warm. Now, the bonus of, this is the Denon that runs the HDMIs over all my cables, which run to the speakers into the HDMI. So connecting to this is HDMI. I've got 2 USBs for video, to play videos and also to play pictures. I've got an optical output, and I think something else as well. Oh, and a Wi-Fi WAN. So it got a lot of connections at the back, which is probably one of the reasons why. Now, here is my router. Now, most of you who have a router will probably know they stay on 24/7, and as you can see here, if you put your hands here, it's quite warm. You can see this is being discolored. So do you know what I did? Look what I put here. Got a tiny little fan, again connected to USB to my satellite box. So it's giving cooling to this. So it's actually running not too bad, but when it's switched off and you put your hand here, it is hot. It is very, very hot. Heat damages components. And I know when I used to run this as well on full power, this used to clip and do all kinds of things. So that's the fix. The fix for the TV is to disconnect everything, leave it for 20 minutes and reconnect it up. Should work. And to preventative make it is put a fan. And in fact, if you have got a TV, especially a smart TV or a Samsung with a known issue, don't wait for it to break. Do this. Put this little fix on there, and that will give you some kind of safety margin. And if you've got a router, definitely do that. The reason I've got that on a router is because I had the same issue with another router in the UK, and the router it blew, and they were saying it's because it's using all the time and it gets overheated. Another thing you can do is you can take the lid off and just run it without the thing, but I'm not too keen on doing that. So there you go. So there you go. I hope you like this little fix, and you can do this for any electronic components which are on full time, like TVs, amps. I mean, in fact, in some amps you actually already have a little fan in there. So it just goes to show why you need it. If you've got something which is on all the time and you don't want it to bust, Get a tiny little fan. You can get really big fans, you can get small fans. If you've got an enclosure, you may want to pump some air into there, so that'll do it. So if you like this video, please smash that like button, and it would help me really if you would subscribe to this channel and tell other people. So from yours truly, the BJ, Jason, peace out, Unity, I'm out of here. Like a thief in the night. Stay tuned to the channel. God bless you. Have a great weekend.
See you next time, and AG&J Online.